because you get people. You got to have a bunch of people working together. So I'd really like to see that be one of our goals this year, is to get a lot of people working together and make it like the club was years ago. Other than that, what have I been doing? Well, I brought back some stuff from the Quad Cities that was my father's, and my next door neighbors, his wife finally said they're going to tear down the shed. I want all the stuff out of there, and so I brought home some equipment, and I'm going through it and deciding what can be saved and what just goes to recycle, because there's nothing that can be done with it. And that's about it. I'm looking forward to winter. I suppose next month I'll have to get the workbenches all cleaned off so I can use them. This is KC9GL, back to net control.
All right. Fine business, Jim. Hey, Jimmy, do you remember what it was the Park District was charging us?
Like when you had it up at Aldine, you mean?
Yeah.
I believe the food cost for Aldine was $150 to $200. I believe Shannon said that the Park District was, I thought it was $150, and it was something around that it cost almost $550, $600 to do field day.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking it was up in there. I couldn't remember all the charges, but all right.
Larry, the thing about it is, though, at the field day up there, you definitely had a lot of people. I mean, what were there? There were 4 stations and a couple people doing satellite work, and so there was a lot of things that went on. The only problem with some of the city parks is they have houses real close, and if you got to have power and they don't have a pavilion or they don't have power, then you have to use a generator, and people don't like generators running after 9 o'clock at night with little kids and things trying to go to sleep. So it makes it tough. So the idea is you're going to have to find someplace that's a little bit commercial.
Rag, the monthly rag. All right, anyone else that joined us for the rah-rah meeting tonight, come down? Got any latecomers in there? This is AC9GO. I think I put everybody to sleep. Oh, okay. Any other comments on things that have been said tonight? Call AC9GO.
KC9GCR.
Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, first of all, before I make my comments, you guys go ahead and continue with your meeting. If you want, you go past 8 o'clock, so be it. Don't worry, we'll start the Friday night fun that late. Nobody's going anywhere. It's Friday night, so you just go ahead and resume. If we start late, we start late. Don't worry about it. Okay, my comment is, okay, I talked, Ricky, WX9RLT, and I talked, I think it's about in the wee small hours of Tuesday morning. And he had mentioned about the starting up a Skyward net. I said I agreed with him wholeheartedly, and if you remember, I talked to you about during the Tuesday evening TechNet. I brought it up, and you said it's a good idea. I have not been I've been trying without success to get a hold of Ricky to let him know what the situation was. But and you had said it's a good idea. You said we could probably try something, maybe like once a month or maybe every 2 weeks. So this is just for Kent's benefit if he's still listening. But yeah, so we're definitely going to try to get a Skywarn training net going again. So okay, KSIG shall record back to the meeting.
Yeah, Jim, I tried to get a hold of Ricky too. He's a busy guy and very difficult to get a hold of at times. But, yeah, I think that it would be a good idea to get anybody that wants to be involved in Skywarn involved and trained. And I know there is some training available on the web. I don't know where it is, but I have been told that there was training for that sort of thing on there. And that would be good. So I think it would be good if we could get that on, get that net going on a regular basis. Even we could do it weekly on maybe on Wednesday nights, since there aren't any other nets on Wednesday night. I don't know. I think Bill and Ricky are still running Skywarn, and we'll have to check and see what they would like to do. Bill I think he just got out of the hospital. I think he's out anyhow. He had an implant put into his back for pain, take care of his back pain. And I understand he was doing okay last I heard, but he hadn't yet gone home. But I think he probably is home now. That was a couple of days ago. Anyhow, any other comments? Call AC9GO.
K9KZT.
Mr. CW. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let's see. First of all, on Wednesday there's the 40-meter CW net on at 8 o'clock. Not much participation, but it's there. And I think there's Freeport has a net. If anybody knows when the nets are, it's Jimmy over there. But I would hate to see Skywarn or something like that replace one of our other nets, the Rah Info Net or the Health and Tech nets on Tuesday and Thursday. But anyway, I think those are very valuable in themselves, and this should be in addition. As somebody pointed out, the repeaters are certainly not used very much, and I think we need more activity so that somebody during the day, maybe a Sunday night, whatever is good for people, or maybe a combination Zoom plus 2 meters, where people without computers could listen to the audio on 2 meters, and those with computers could see some of the pictures, like this is a wall cloud, or something like that. Or if you see something like this and it's 100 feet from you, duck and cover. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Back to you, K9KZT.
Right on. Right on. But, and by the way, whenever there is a Skywarn, whenever they've fired up the Skywarn net, it's on 147.195, and if we happen to be on there with Health and Tech Net, we bow to the Skywarn because they take precedence. So you know, they're in charge of the net, and this particular frequency, the 146.61, is a secondary frequency for that as well. This is AC9GO. Anyone else with a comment?
E1NT.
Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah, I sent thanks for all the clarifications going along out here. I did send an email to Candace King about a year ago asking if she ever did the Skywarn training, and I kind of got the feeling that because of COVID nothing was happening, but I also got the feeling that she might be agreeable to presenting a program for us. So maybe we could approach that at some point. You want to check the email address you have for me? Because like I said earlier, I haven't gotten any messages since June.
Okay. Yes, yeah, give me your email there, Kent, or if you want, you can, if you want to broadcast it, just hold on. Let me check real quick.
At control, permission to go direct with Kent, KC9GOL.
Go ahead, Jimmy.
Kent, do you have a copy of one of the ham rags where on the back page it lists all of our telephone numbers and our emails? And if you do have that, if you want to send it to me under Jim Curtis, I'd be appreciative, because then I can put it on. If there's something different on the roster than what's on the roster, I can change it and get it out to the people that use it, okay?
I don't have a copy, but I'll give it out. It's KERETZER45 KERETZER45
The one we've got, AC9GO. And I will, I'll get a hold of Jeff and let him know that you're not getting email. Well, Larry, K9KCT wasn't getting his email either. I think maybe Jeff lost part of his the group he was sending to, and maybe I better have him check it against all the guys there. But I will definitely send that to him and make sure that that he gets you back in, on the roster there. This is AC9GO. All right, anyone else before we close things down? Call AC9GO.
KD9HKX.
Hey, go ahead, Larry.
Larry, I just want to confirm or verify that the 2022 dues are going to be $15.
That's a Roger. That's a Roger. Yeah. $10 didn't meet just our basic expenses, so we bumped them up to 15 for this next year.
QSL.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think we were covering the insurance, so maybe just barely. Anyhow, the bank account was going backwards instead of forwards, and but $15, I think everybody ought to be able to handle, and it'll keep the club going for another year. And anyhow, anyone else with anything? Call AC9GO.
K9G.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say, my K9MED, as soon as this meeting gets over with, I'll give you a call, let you know, start recording and start live streaming. But like I said, you guys carry on with your meeting, and don't worry if we run over a few minutes late. But yeah, Wednesday nights, we have our Stevenson County Aries net at 7 o'clock. Here in Freeport on 147.390 repeater, the PL 114.8 plus offset. At 7:30, Beloit has their net. Greater Beloit Amateur Radio Club, they meet on 147.120, PL 123.0 plus offset. Of course, at 8 o'clock, here in Freeport, we have our Wednesday swap net. So that's of course, we got the CW net, Robert CW. So I just let you guys know. Okay, you guys carry on with the meeting, and don't worry about running late.
Yeah, at that time, by the way, Jimmy, I think we're pretty well done here. But I did want to tell you that it was a little scratchy that time, and at times hard to hear you. How's my signal holding up?
Your signal's holding up fine, but and I transmit at high power too. So if and I don't know what's going on. If my signal's going bad, if there's static with my signal, maybe we better switch over to the 195. Is there static? Is there a noise with my signal?
Well, there was, but at that time it was pretty well gone. So yeah, you're fine as it was that time. But if you happen, if we hear something a little later on, I'm sure one of us will let you know what's going on there, Jimmy. And it's about 5 minutes after, actually. It's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. That's fast. Hey, want to thank everybody who joined the Rah-Rah meeting tonight. If you haven't done so, yeah, send in your election, whether you've approved of the nominees or not, so that we can finish the election off. I'm going to have Jeff check on his email list and see if maybe there's anybody else that might not be getting getting the emails. So we will check on that. So far we've had 10 people vote, and they're all positive. So that's where we stand right now. I do want to make sure that we have at least half the club before I declare the election over. Anyhow, thank you all for joining us, and maybe we'll have a Zoom meeting next month. 73, everybody. This is AC9GO. Now, here's Jimmy with Friday Night Fun at KC9GCR. Take it away. It is AC9GO. Put me down as being there.
Okay, Larry, sounds good. Great job with holding this on-air meeting. Like I said, let's hope that someday you'll eventually go back to having in-person meetings. And second meetings at your favorite restaurant after you get done. Okay, just a minute. KD9MED, this is K9GCR.
KD9MED, this is Mike and Rochelle.
All right. Start recording and start streaming.
All right, go for it, Jimmy. We've been streaming for a little bit now, but you're good to go.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. The Friday Night Fun Net is on the air. Good evening, everybody. It is 8:05 p.m. Central Standard Time, and welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the W9AXD Repeater in Rockford. My name is Jim. My call is K9GCR. I'm located here in Freeport, and I'll be your net control station this evening. The purpose of having this net is what the name implies, to have fun. That's what this hobby of amateur radio is all about, in addition to providing emergency communications if when situation warrants. A secondary purpose of this net is to provide an on-air meeting place for all amateur radio operators. Everybody's welcome to check in. You do not have to be a member of any club, organization, group, or association to participate in this net. All you need is a valid FCC license. This net meets each and every Friday evening at 8 p.m. This repeater is a PL 114.8 minus offset. You need to have that programmed into your radio in order to have access to the repeater. For those of you who may be using older radios that do not have PL capability, or if the PL on your radio is not working properly, you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Use the repeater output frequency of the straight 610 simplex. Everybody hear you, I will dodge you and check you in the net. If you're out in the sticks and you can hear the repeater but you can't get to it due to conditions or you're too far away from it, you can give me a call on the Friday Night Fun Net Central Hotline. Area code 815-232-FN-FN. 232-3636. It's a local Freeport number. We'll take your check-in over the phone, but try to check it on the radio first. Okay. By the way, this net is being recorded for future playback on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page. This is the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, November 12th, 2021. It's being broadcast around the world via the internet. Mike, K9MED and Rochelle is recording and live streaming this net. He will let me know if any stations check in on the internet, and I will, and he'll relay it to me, and I'll write them down. Okay, here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to take short time mobile stations. If you got family time, you got something else going on, you can't stay for the net, or you rather concentrate on your driving, we'll take your short time mobile stations, check-ins. If you have traffic, we'll do your traffic right away. After we get done short time mobile stations, we'll take general check-ins. First, we'll take general check-ins from northern Illinois. Next, we'll take general check-ins from southern Wisconsin. After that, we'll take general check-ins from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin. When you check in the net, state whether or not you have traffic. Your traffic consists of breakfast, bike rides, Amfests, or marathons. Okay, then we'll do our regular features. We'll do the text net. If you have any questions, technical questions, are you having a problem with your power supply or your amplifier? What kind of an antenna you want to put up with your tower? You have a problem with your coax? If you have any technical questions, please feel free to ask them, and we'll try to answer them for you. Then we'll do the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time he checked in his net, he always had a DX report. Then we'll do the swap net. If you have any items to buy, sell, or trade or want related to hobbies of rap, radio, or computers, please feel free to advertise them, and we'll do that. No negotiations on the net, or please, you have to do that over the phone or in person. One moment, please. Okay, tonight's topic. Veterans Day was yesterday. However, since they're still talking about on the news reports, they're still talking about how they're doing right for veterans. I'm going to do a special Veterans Day edition of the Friday Night Fun Net. Veterans Day is over, but I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. I'm going to ask everybody if you served in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently or at one time did serve in the military? And okay, 37. I had 37 check-ins last night. We went for about 2.5 hours. We'll see how long we go tonight. We'll see how many check-ins. Okay, at this time, with all the so-called formalities out of the way, let's get underway. Do we have any short time? Oh, by the way, I'm using red and blue ink in honor of Veterans Day, patriotic colors. At this time, we have any short time on mobile stations who want to check in. Please call now.
K9KZT, short time with traffic.
K9KZT. Okay. Go ahead with your traffic. K9KZT, Larry, the king of CW. Go ahead, Larry, with your traffic.
Thank you, Jim. Okay, on the rah-rah meeting, Kent, I believe, said he did not receive a ballot or hemorrhage. Same thing happened to me. I did not receive a ballot. If there's anybody out there who is a member of rah-rah and did not receive a ballot, here is my email. Send me an email, and I will get it over to Larry and whoever else needs it. My email is l.lisle@usa.net. l.lisle@usa.net. Wanted to be sure that was in there. I'm the chairman of the nominating committee, I guess. So, you know, it's official or whatever. Also, Jim, you're breaking up pretty badly. I think you better consider moving, but that's just me. K9KZT.
Oh, boy. I was afraid of that. Okay, we're going to have to move. First of all, Mike, K9MED, are you going to have to do any switching around or what have you there for if we switch over to 195? Okay, to all stations, we are moving the Friday Night Fun Net to the 147.195 repeater. Hey, at least we had the rah-rah on there being on this repeater. We'll do it both ways. K9G Sierra Clear switching 195. Well, good evening, everybody. It is 8:15 p.m. and welcome to the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford. We're moving here from the 6-1 repeater because I guess I was told I had some static with my signal. Oh boy. Okay, let's. We are just started the short time mobile station with the traffic there, and K9KZT did have traffic. Let's see. Larry, K9KZT, are you still there? And did you have any other traffic you wanted to pass along for the net?
No, no other traffic, but let me repeat it, please. It seems that some people are not getting ballots or other email stuff from the rah-rah. If you did not get ballot. If you are a member, your only members get ballots, of course. Or if you have not received the ham rate, please shoot me an email, l.lisle@usa.net, l.lisle@usa.net. And I hate to say it, Jim, but there's a lot of static on this repeater, too. Maybe it's the weather. I don't know. Let's see how it goes as the night progresses. Thank you very much, and I have to get out here. K9KZT.
You're welcome, Larry. Thank you for checking in the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. We'll catch you on the Monday night rah-rah net. Yeah, you'll be in that control next week, and we'll look forward to your coach practice then, too. Okay, are there any short-time or mobile stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Control KC9GOL with a comment.
K9GOL. Okay, Jimmy. Got you checked in. Go ahead with your comment.
Jimmy, you're popping the mic. It's wind noise. You're just a little too close because a couple times you backed away from the mic and your signal was excellent. So try backing away from it a little bit and you should be good to go. KC9GO, have a great show, Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy. Is the signal any better? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll keep it here then. I thought about getting a desk mic, but I don't know where I'm going to put it. Thanks for checking in, Jimmy, and bringing in your comment. Okay, any more short-time or mobile stations I'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. I will try and recheck later on, Jim.
I will try to be back later on also.
Okay, K9HKX, Larry and Roscoe. Got you checked in. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, I see like we got a pile up here. Several stations trying to check in. Let's, are there any more stations you want to check in? Please call now.
November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg in Rockford.
November 9, Golf Papa, no, let's do that again. November 9, Golf Bravo Papa, Greg and Robert. Got you checked in, Greg. Thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll talk to you the next week there. Any more stations like to check in this time? Please call now.
K9SBJ.
K9SBJ, Scott, at the beautiful Rock River Yacht Club in downtown Rockford. Got you checked in, Scott. Short time 7-3, have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9SBA, mobile. Short time, I'll try to get back in later, Jimmy.
K9SBA, Matt down in Stillman Valley, Oakland County, mobile. Got you checked in, Matt. Well, if you check in later, great. Otherwise, have a good evening. We'll talk to you down the log. Thank you for checking in. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9QPL, Paul in Rose Park. Short time, no traffic.
KC9QPL, Paul in Rose Park. Got you checked in, Paul. 7-3, have a good evening. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. We'll catch you on the Monday Night Net. Any more short time or mobile stations for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Sorry for the delay there, but I want to make sure I don't step on anybody there, so I'll give them a chance to check in. Okay, let's try for any general check-ins. Any general check-ins from Northern Illinois would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now.
KD9MED, Mike and Rochelle.
Brian and Roscoe. QBB, sorry.
On that Facebook page, and who is streaming the net, the worldwide on the internet. Can you say Friday Night Fun Net in Yiddish? How about Hebrew or Swahili? Arabic. Thanks for all you do there, Mike. We sure appreciate this. We'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thanks for checking in, Mike. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KD9 QVB, Brian and Roscoe.
Okay, KD9QDB. Brian and Roscoe. Got you checked in, Brian. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. And thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe.
Okay, AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Got you checked in. Sorry for the delay, folks. I'm trying to avoid stepping on station to try to check in. Okay, I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Tom, thank you for checking in. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, one more time. Any general check-ins from Northern Illinois who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
N9ZUT, Jeff in Rockford. No traffic?
N9ZUT, Jeff in Rockford. We got you checked in, Jeff. I'll get back to you a few minutes roundtable. Thank you for checking in, Jeff. It was been a while since we heard from you. Okay. Any more general check-ins from Northern Illinois for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, okay. Let's see how much of a turnout we can get from southern Wisconsin. Any stations in southern Wisconsin would like to check at the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please call now. One more time. Any stations from southern Wisconsin for the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Well, I'm sure we'll hear from some probably later on during the net. It is Friday Night Fish Friday night, after all, in the state of Wisconsin. Everybody's at their favorite bar, restaurant, tavern, eating their catfish, buffalo, carp, bullhead, northern pike, walleye, muskie, or crappie. I had some fish from Long John Silver's tonight for my supper. Those of you in the Milwaukee area, eating your Polish sausages, hot dogs, brats, kielbasa, and Braunschweiger. Of course, you cheese lovers read some of that famous Wisconsin cheese. It won't be long till the lake's up there. It's frozen solid, so you can take your trucks out into the middle of the lake, take your generators, your food, your beer, and your shanties, your TVs, and what have you. Don't forget to take your HDs along with you so you can check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Okay, at this time, we have any general check-ins from anywhere in Northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. Please call now. Okay. Oh, boy. We must have a slow turnout tonight. I don't know if people might be out grocery shopping so they don't have to go outside this weekend. There's supposed to be some snow or whatever, rain this weekend. So, okay, well, let's try one more time. Any Anybody from anywhere in northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin with a Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Okay, well, I'll go ahead with my traffic then. Tomorrow morning, we'll have our monthly in-person meeting of the Stevenson County Repeater Association. We'll meet at tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the Freeport Public Library, second floor of the boardroom. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome to attend. You don't have to be a member of the Stevenson County Repeater Association to participate. We had a great turnout back in July. We had our first in-person meeting well over a year. About 9 or 10, 11 people or so showed up. If you're not doing anything tomorrow morning, come on over. After that, there'll be a second meeting. The guys like to go to their favorite restaurant and have a meal or what have you there. So, okay, that's my traffic. Do we have anybody? Does anybody have any more traffic they'd like to pass along for the net? Okay, well, now we're going to go ahead with the TechNet portion. Are you having a problem with your power supply or amplifier? What kind of an antenna do you want to put up on your tower? Are you having a problem with your coax? Do you have any technical questions? Please feel free to ask them and we'll try to answer them for you. Does anybody have any technical questions at this time? Please go ahead. Okay, no the tech questions. Hey, anybody, if you want to bring up any technical questions anytime during the net, you're welcome to do so. We are not a formal net here, so. Okay, let's go ahead with the W9 Gene Duncan DX Corner. This is in honor of our late great friend and colleague, Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX. Every time you check this net, you always have DX report. Does anybody have any DX reports that they'd like to pass along at this time? Please go ahead.
Did hear Puerto Rico on 17 meters today, Jimmy. This is AC9GO. And I heard Spain yesterday on 17. I could add that the problem I've had with my antenna might be an interesting question for the TechNet. I've got a 2040 dipole, with the coil in the middle of it, and I haven't. It won't tune up on 20 or 40, but it tunes up on 17 meters. I've checked the coax. I've checked the dipole. I took it down and measured everything. I switched balance, and I finally just decided to give up and get a different antenna. So I got an end-fed half wave coming. But if anybody else has ever had that problem with a 2040 dipole like that, I'd like to hear what their solution was. This is AC9GO.
Okay, well, let's throw it out there. Can anybody help out to Larry, AC9GO? He's having a problem with his dipole antenna. Will not tune up on 40 meters. Can anybody help him out? Well, I'm sorry, Larry. I guess a lot of people are short time. They probably left. I'm sorry. So there's no one there to help you. We're awful sorry about that.
Hey, I had Larry K9KZT try to help me. He's an expert, and he couldn't figure out what was going on either. So I think maybe people are stumped on that one. Anyhow, thanks, Jimmy. AC9GO. And by the way, I did go over to 6-1 and made an announcement again that that you were having the fun net here on 195. AC9GO, back to net control.
Thank you very much, Larry, for doing that. Okay, one more time. Larry, AC9GO has a problem with his dipole antenna. He will not tune up on 40 meters. If anybody around, you can definitely help him out.
AC9NW.
AC9NW. Go ahead, Tom.
I don't have an answer to his problem, but it would be pretty interesting to take an antenna analyzer and sweep through all the bands and just find out what those curves look like and see where all the resonant points are. It might give you a clue of some time. AC9NW, back to net. Yeah, Tom, I believe it or not, I tried that, and I've had it. The first time I did it, it came up with a bump below 7 megahertz. It was more in the 6, 8. And I believe on the 20 meter band, I think it might have been around 13, but it was just a little bump, and it didn't show, a good SWR on either band or even on those bumps. And then later, when I checked it, it came up on 17 meters, and it covers that band just fine, and so I've been using it on that band. It's crazy, Tom. It really is. I took it down and I measured it with a VOM, and it was, everything was fine. In fact, I sprayed it with WD-40 and tightened it up and untightened it, tightened it back up, and I'm stumped. Like I say, I even changed balance, and the same thing was true with the balun, and the one balun was supposed to do 1,500 watts. Same thing with both of them. It was crazy. Anyhow, got a new antenna coming, but I just wondered if anybody had that problem before. You ever heard of that, Tom? No, I haven't. I got a question, though. You said it has coils. Are they actually traps, or are they just a coil? They appear to just be a coil. I don't see any capacitors on there, unless the capacitance is somehow hooked into the coil form there. It just seems to be a coil. It's about halfway down the line on both sides, and that's it. I'm just wondering if that's acting like a loading coil, so your overall length, of the inner part and outer part plus the coil is a multiple of a 17-meter antenna. It's the only thing I can think of. AC9NW. The thing is, it would be like maybe it's working all right on one side, and on the other side it's not. I don't know. It's got me baffled. I've never had an antenna do that before. It's just absolutely wild. Well, the antenna, the deal that I've got here to check the antenna is not a super good one, but it's definitely working. It's just crazy, Tom. But I measured all the, I measured across the coils, both of them, and I measured them, make sure, the connections were good at the valve, and the connections at the coils, everything. And it's just working that way. It's crazy. AC9GO, back to net.
ACT.
Okay, sounds good, guys. I think someone else is trying to get in there. Other station, come on back.
K9KZT. Here's what I think's happening, Larry. You said that there's a bump below 7 megahertz. If it's down around 6 megahertz, that will triple into 18 megahertz for the 17-meter band. So somehow I think those coils are loading it too low. You might check your end insulators and see if maybe there's a corrosion path to guy wires or something like that. That's my latest thing. Besides, it's not working. K9KZT clear.
I think it's just ready for the dumpster. I really do. I've actually got paracord on the end, on the other side of the insulator. So I don't know. It's got me baffled. That's all. AC9GO.
Okay, well, AC9GO, Larry, hopefully you'll get that problem resolved soon. Okay, any other stations would like to offer AC9GO some advice about his antenna there? Go ahead. Okay, sounds good. While we're still at this, are there any more stations with TechNet traffic? Please go ahead. Okay, now we're still in the let's see, W9 Gene Duncan DX corner, and AC9GO had the traffic made contact with Puerto Rico and Trinidad. So okay, does anybody else have any DX reports for the W9GD DX corner? Please go ahead. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. We almost always do this. We always check in the late great Gene Duncan, W9GD, the king of DX, W9GD for. I'll put down a little HC for honorary check-in. So okay, let's. Are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now. Oh, yes. I almost forgot. We got to do the swap net. All IMC bulk order trading must be related to the hobbies of ramp trade or computers. All IMC bulk order trading must be the property of or in possession of the person who wants to get rid of the stuff. May mention the price over the air, but any haggling should be done either in person or over the telephone. Also, no commercial business of any kind is allowed. At this time, do we have any? Is there anybody with swap net traffic? Please call now. Okay, let the record show there was no swamp net traffic to be had. Of course, during the Monday night to Rob Right Info Net, there's the swamp net segment. And of course, at Wednesday evenings at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Wednesday evening swamp net. Mel, K9RFD, and I share duties as net control. I had this past Wednesday, I think I had 8 or so the check-ins. Mel, K9RFD breaks the Hampshire Radio News Line, 15-minute independent news broadcast aboard the entire day Hampshire Radio. By the way, he's still recuperating from his the surgery, and he's coming along fine. Okay, before we go to the round table, are there any more stations who'd like to check into the Friday Night Fun then? Please call now. I'm sorry, the last station trying to check in, negative, unable to copy. You might want to increase your power or change location. Let's try that one more time. Okay, let's move on then. As everybody knows, Veterans Day was yesterday, but I'm going to go ahead and pay tribute to the veterans tonight on the Friday Night Fun Net. I'm using red and blue colors, red and blue ink for patriotic colors and symbolize Veterans Day, which was yesterday. I'm asking a question: did you serve in the military, or do you have family members who are currently serving or at one time served in the military? Let's go with Mike, K9MED. Mike, what do you say?
KD9MED here. Yep, I'm a veteran. I served a long time ago, short time, 83 to 86. I was with the Pershing missile system. It's all Cold War when West Germany was West Germany. Brief reset. And as far as family members go, my Polish grandfather and his brother were both served World War I, and my father served World War II in the Signal Corps as a photographer. And I honestly don't know what my grandfather did, but I've got pictures, and it's pretty interesting. That's KD9MED, back to net.
Mike, thank you for your service. Most of all, thank you for being a veteran. We honor you for your service to this wonderful country of ours. Okay, thanks for all you are doing for us, Mike, in recording the Friday Night Fun Net and streaming live on the internet. Okay, Brian, KD9QDB in Roscoe. Did you serve in the military, or are you having family members? Do you have any family members who are currently serving or at one time did serve in the military?
Hey, Jimmy, and those on the net, this is KD9QVB. I did not serve in the military, and the only person that I know of was my dad. He was in the Army. I think right before the Korean War or sometime in that time frame, before he had to go and go into some active situations. I think he was just at different bases doing training and things. So all that kind of was shutting down as he was ramping up on all his training. I think he did some jumping out of airplanes, if I remember right, just to get a little extra pay.
Brian, we thank your dad for his service to this wonderful country. Thank him for being a veteran. Thank you for his service. Okay, Brian, thank you for checking in. The Friday Night Fun. Enjoy your evening. Enjoy your weekend. AC9NW, Tom and Roscoe. Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving or formerly served at one time?
Yes, I was in the Army, and I was in Korea for 13 months, and that's where I learned the phonetic alphabet. I used to get coordinates of targets from forward observers, and then I would use trigonometry to change those coordinates to what the coordinates were from the guns to the target, and then I would radio that information to the guns. And I had two uncles that served in World War II. One was on a submarine in the Atlantic, and one was on a PT boat in the Mediterranean. AC9NW, back to net.
Okay, Tom, thank you for being a veteran. Thank you for your service to this country of ours, and thanks to your family for serving, being veterans and serving too. Okay, let's see. Thank you for checking in. Enjoy your weekend. N9ZUT, Jeff in Rockford. What's going on with you? Did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving, or who did serve at one time?
N9CUT. No, I'm not a veteran. My dad was in the Navy Reserves, and I got a cousin that was in the Navy also. But no, I didn't serve. So back to you, Jimmy, N9ZUT.
Sounds good there, Jeff. Thanks to your family for being veterans and for their service for this wonderful country. Okay, before I get my traffic, are there any more stations who would like to check into the Friday Night Fun at this time? Please call now.
K9KZT, I haven't left yet. I'm still here. Yes, I was a veteran. K9KZT, back to that.
Okay, stand by. K9KZT, Larry, come on back.
Thank you, Jim. Sorry, I still haven't left. I got caught up in the conversations and couldn't tear myself away. But I will be leaving for dinner pretty soon. Honestly, will. Anyway, yes, I was a veteran. I served in the mid-60s, and nothing spectacular. My uncle was on Iwo Jima in the Second World War, and someday I hope there will not have to be any more veterans. Let's give peace a chance. K9KZT.
That's what President Biden said last night when he addressed the ceremony at Arlington National Cemetery. So I saw that live. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yes, that's for sure. Okay, Larry, better let you go so you can do some chow, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you for checking in. Thank you for all you do. Okay, at this time, or are there any more stations who'd like to check in the Friday Night Fun then? Please call now.
KD9EPZ.
KC9YI, Scott and Monroe. I've got you that checked in. I'll get back to you in a minute. There was another station trying to check in. Another station, come back, please.
KD9EPZ. Boy, Scott must be doing well tonight.
Good evening to you, Al. Yes, he has he's more successful getting into this repeater than he is on 195. Of course, yeah, I'm sure you hear him. When he checks on 195, he uses the simplex. He points his beam down the south towards your way there. Okay, Al. Hey, I'll get back to you in a few minutes there. KC9YI, Scott and Monroe. What's going on with you? Yeah, I understand. Yes, this is a 195 repair. I'm still thinking we're on 61. We started this net on 61, but we had to move it because they were telling me there was a lot of noise with my signal. So okay, Sounds good. We're talking about, we're having our Veterans Day edition of the net tonight. Of course, yesterday was Veterans Day, but I decided to wait till tonight and do this. It was on Thursday. Scott, did you serve in the military at one time, or do you have any family members who are currently serving or served at one time? Okay, sounds good, Scott. Sounds good. I better let you go. Hey, by the way, if you're still going to be around, I'll read that DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics if you're still going to be around. Okay, Scott, you're welcome. Thank you for checking in. Your signal is really beautiful. It sounds as if you're standing right next to me here with you and Simplex. Okay, we'll definitely catch you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday. Okay, KD9EPZ. Al, what's going on with you? Do you have any family members who are currently serving or at one time did serve in the military?
KD9EPZ. Yeah, I didn't serve, but they classified me 1Y. I guess that's not totally knocked out, but it's just before women and children. So I never ended up serving. My father served in the 88th Division in World War II at Anzio, Italy.
Oh yeah, Anzio. That's where Bob Dole served there, and he got severely injured in that battle there.
Yeah, my father, when I was young, used to tell me stories. But yeah, that was the only one. Nobody, I'm sure I had uncles that were in too. I know I had uncles that were in too. I didn't follow them as much. And like I say, I wasn't in. Neither of my sisters were in. So.
Well, I'd thank your dad for your service and for this country for being a veteran. That's great. Okay. Al, we'll get back to you in a few minutes. By the way, you got a good, beautiful signal coming in tonight. Okay. Thank you for checking in. At this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? You're coming home for your Friday night fish fry, steak fry, grocery shopping. Are you doing your grocery shopping tonight so you don't have to go out this weekend with the weather being what it's going to be? And you just come home, if you just turn the radio on, and you've been copying the mail for the last 45 minutes. This net started about 5 minutes late, by the way, with the rah-rah on their meeting. This is your chance to check in the Friday Night Fun Net from anywhere in the region. With now traffic, please call K9GCR. K9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater in Rockford, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central and Freeport. Any more stations want to check in before I read the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics? Please go ahead. Okay. This is for Scott's K9YI. It's for his benefit. This is the DX Code of Conduct, and after that we're going to read the Contester's Code of Ethics. Okay. DX Code of Conduct. 1. I will listen and then listen again before calling. 2. I will only call if I can copy the DX station properly. 3. I will not trust the DX cluster and will be sure of the DX station's call sign before calling. 4. I will not interfere with the DX station nor anyone calling and will never tune up on the DX frequency or in the QSX slot. 5. I will wait for the DX station to end a contact before I call. 6. I will always send my full call sign. 7. I will call and then listen for a reasonable interval. I will not call continuously. 8. I will not transmit when the DX operator calls another call sign, not mine. 9. I will not transmit when the DX operator queries a call sign, not like mine. 10. I will not transmit when the DX station requests geographic areas other than mine. 11. When the DX operator calls me, I will not repeat my call sign unless I think he has copied it incorrectly. 12. I will be thankful if and when I do make a contact. 13. I will respect my fellow hams and conduct myself so as to earn their respect. Now, I have added a number 14 here. This is not part of the official code, but Kerry, K9MED, we had a suggestion for that. So this is what I wrote down. This is number 14. I will send a QSL card to the DX operator to confirm my contact with the station. Okay, that's the DX Code of Conduct as amended. Oh. Next, I will read the contester's Code of Ethics. 1. I will learn and obey the rules of any contest I enter, including the rules of my entry category. 2. I will obey the rules for amateur radio in my country. 3. I will not modify my log after the contest by using additional data sources to correct call signs / exchange errors. 4. I will accept the judging and scoring decisions of the contest sponsor as final. 5. I will adhere to the DX Code of Conduct in my operating style. 6. I will yield my frequency to any emergency communications activity. And 7. I will operate my transmitter with sufficient signal quality to minimize interference to others. Okay, that's the contester's Code of Conduct. Okay, let's see. Scott, K9YI, are you still listening? Did you get any of that? I can hear you, Scott. Okay, sounds good. You have a good evening, and we'll definitely talk to you on the Green County Net this coming Sunday night. You're welcome, Scott. 7-3. We'll talk to you this coming Sunday night. That's Scott, K9YI. He's net control of the Greene County Aries Net, which meets every Sunday evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Monroe with a PL 123.0 minus offset. Combination Aries, Races, and the Rag-Q net. I'll tell you what Ricky, K9QDP has said, and you know, in a way he's right. if everybody observed the DX code of conduct and the contesters' code of ethics, nobody would be making a contact. You know what? I think in a way, he's right. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations who would like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Oh yes, I wanted to mention. Now, I was not able to serve in the military because of a disability. I was classified as a 4F. That means unable to serve. So that's about those of you younger listeners. You were not familiar with the draft. Everybody, for many years after World War II, up until the early 1970s. Every able-bodied male, 18 years old or above, had to register with Selective Service, and you had to register for the draft. And if the Army or any service called you, if you were classified as 1A, you were good to go. There were some exceptions. If you objected because of religious affiliation, they provided provisions for that. But if you were like disabled, like myself, I was classified like a 4F. I still carry my draft card with me in my wallet. Okay, any more stations would like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
KC9GCR. K9FLO.
K9FLO. Hello, Dean. You're early, but hey, that's great. That's great. How are things going with you?
Good evening, Jimmy. Everybody else out there. I figured I'd get down here and check in. I get to get up early tomorrow morning for a breakfast get together with a bunch of the club guys. So I have to have that necessary sleep or something like that. So we had our first dusting of snow. I was willing to wait another month or two for that, but hey, that's our benefit of living here. KC9GCR, K9FLO.
I was out in it early today. I went over to Dollar General to see if I can buy some fluorescent light bulbs, and they didn't have any. But I was walking back when it was really coming down. Here's one thing: it was snowing, and the sun was shining through the clouds there. That's how it was.
Very good. Yeah, we stayed. It went out late this afternoon, early evening. Went down to Rockford to the local club and had our fish dinner, and everything was fine. But yeah, we had a period there about mid-afternoon where the ground was white, the grass anyway. Then it was probably all melted within 30 minutes, all gone. So I hope that's it. I think tomorrow's going to be a good day. So we won't have to worry about it now for maybe another couple weeks, I hope. Otherwise, trying to think of anything else going on. I do have a question for anybody out there that is into Windows there, Jimmy.
This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater and Rockford transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. Okay, the ID went off there. Okay, Dean, go ahead. I don't know if anybody can help you or not. I can't because I don't have that capability, but go ahead.
Well, I use Office 365, which is an online Office package consisting of Outlook and Excel and so forth. And I had a download or an event take place earlier today from Microsoft. They did an update to the my one computer. Okay, that was fine, uneventful.
And then they also did my other computer today. And this is not relating to Windows 11 that I'm aware of, because neither one of them are compatible. But on my Office 365 in Outlook, when you pull up an email and you click on it to read the email, then click off it, it does not show you read it. And it does it on both computers. So I'm just kind of wondering if anybody else has noticed that happen to their computers. And there's an update that takes place or available to do. And this is just started today, and it's occurring on two of my computers that I run this Office 365 on. I think that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure it is. One you pay a annual fee for. So that's my big question there, Jimmy. KC9 GCR K9FLO.
Okay, if anybody's still around, then can you ask? Can anybody help Dean out with this Windows, this computer thing? Well, I'm sorry, Dean. Apparently nobody's around. They're probably stepped away from their radios there for a few minutes here. Hey, we're I know yesterday was Veterans Day, but I decided to do my Veterans Day edition of the Friday Night Fun Net tonight. I'm asking everybody if you served in the military, if they served in the military, or did they have any family members currently serving, or who at one time did serve in the military. What do you say?
No, I didn't. At the time, the Vietnam War was going on, and I was in school. And by the time I got out of school, they had changed over to the lottery draft system, and I had a high number, so I wasn't eligible at that time. So, no, but that's one of those things I wonder, if I hadn't gone on to school, probably would have, things would have been a lot different. But KC9 GCR K9FLO.
Okay, that sounds good there. So, okay. Well, I can't take much to say here, but hey, why don't you mention it about you always have your monthly breakfast there. Why don't you let everybody know about it, in case, because there's probably a lot of people who don't check into the Rock County Net on Tuesday nights here. Why don't you go ahead?
Well, you betcha. I'm going to bring that up. We happen to have one of our members that is a true computer rocket scientist, and bring it up to him and see what he thinks. This is something just occurring today, so I'm going to guess there's a lot of other people that are discovering this oddity or otherwise an annoyance. Everything works fine. It's just kind of an annoyance. Right there, Jimmy. Sounds good. Thanks for letting me get in there and get checked in early. Appreciate it. And hope you have a couple, 2 or 3 dozen more check-ins. KC9 GCR, K9FLO.
Okay, Dean, sounds good. Thanks. We got started 5 minutes late because Rah-Rah had their monthly on-air meeting there. So we were on the 6-1 repair, but we started the net here on 6-1, but we ended up having to move to 195 because there was noise coming in with my signal. So it's you're checking number 16. I believe people are probably out doing grocery shopping, because the weather is not supposed to be the very best there for this weekend. So, Dean, thank you for checking in. You have a good evening. We'll definitely try to catch you on the Tuesday night net.
All right, Jimmy. 7-3. Talk at you later. K9FLO will be monitoring.
Sounds good, Dean. We're not going anywhere. Friday night's still young yet. Okay. Are there any, I think we're checking in, are there any more stations who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net this time? Please phone out. well, my family, there were a few of them that served in the military. My grandfather served in the U.S. Army in the Spanish-American War back in 1898. He was a member of Troop K, United States Cavalry. He also served in the Philippines, in the Philippine insurrection. Then, let's see, I had a cousin who was in the Air Force, and I had another member of the family when he went to West Point. And let's see, and I had a nurse, an aunt there, an Army nurse. She served in the CIB theater, China, India, Burma theater during the World War II. And my dad was not in the military, but during World War II, he was a plant guard. He was a member of the Civil Defense, or the Auxiliary Military Police. He was a plant guard at Fairbanks Morris here in Freeport. And there was one in Beloit, but we also had one here in Freeport. It closed down in 1965 due to like a labor strike, labor dispute. But during World War II, Fairbanks Morris was a big military contractor. It was one of the defense plants. So my dad was a guard back then. So that's my family's military experience, if you will. Okay, are there any more stations who'd like to check the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now. Okay, I'd give everybody a chance to check in there. I didn't want to walk on anybody. Okay. Okay, now next, we're going to do Friday Night Fun Net trivia. This is for the benefit of those who are currently studying for their first that ham radio license. By the way, our next VE testing session is scheduled to take place. Let me get on my little calendar here. Next VE testing session will be taking place on Saturday, December 4th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. If you want more information, contact Brandon K9LOA. Again, VE testing session will take place, scheduled to take place, on Saturday, December 4th at 12:30 p.m. at the Freeport Public Library. Alrighty. Again, the trivia segment is really for those who are studying for their first ham radio license. A lot of people listen to this net on scanner. They can't listen to police communications anymore unless they have a very expensive digital scanner, or on the analog VHF you can still pick up fire and EMS traffic. So no problem there. This is where I read questions from ARRL's Tech General Next to Q&A book. So okay, let's get underway. If I can find it. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions twice. That's what usually happens there. All right, find it. Oh boy, sorry about that, folks. And I'm trying to. Okay. All right. Okay. How fast does a radio wave travel through free space? A, at the speed of light. B, at the speed of sound. C, its speed is inversely proportional to its wavelength. D, its speed increases as the frequency increases. How fast does a radio wave travel through free space? A, at the speed of light. B, at the speed of sound. C, its speed is inversely proportional to its wavelength. D, its speed increases as the frequency increases. Does anybody correct answer this question?
KD9MED, let's go with A alpha, speed of light.
Okay, I had two stations checking at the same time. Be fair about this. AC9GO, what do you say?
Alpha, at speed of light.
Okay, what's that other station? What do you say?
KD9MED, same answer, alpha, speed of light.
You are both correct. You are both correct. How fast does a radio wave travel through free space? Correct answer is A alpha at the speed of light. All radio waves travel at the speed of light, represented by a lower case or C, and then whatever medium they are traveling, such as air. Ham radio license manual, page 2-5. Find another one here. I think I read this last week. Okay. Yeah, I read that a few weeks ago too. I'm trying to avoid the reading the same questions over again. After a while, it kind of gets old. They're all right. Okay, I read that question too. Okay, all right. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? A, the AGC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver RIT or clarifier. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? A, the ATC or limiter. B, the bandwidth selection. C, the tone squelch. D, the receiver RIT or clarifier. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED, let's go with D, delta, the RIT, RIT.
Okay, you are correct. You are correct. Which of the following controls could be used if the voice pitch of a single sideband signal seems too high or low? Correct answer is G delta, the receiver RIT or clarifier. Find another. Okay. What is the resistance in a circuit for which the applied voltage is 12 volts and the current flow is 1.5 amperes? A, 18 ohms. B, 0.125 ohms. C, 8 ohms. D, 13.5 ohms. What is the resistance in a circuit for which the applied voltage is 12 volts and the current flow is 1.5 amperes? A, 18 ohms. B, 0.125 ohms. C, 8 ohms. D, 13.5 ohms. Anybody have correct answer to this question? Okay, come on, people. If you know this, let's go. Let's not depend on one or two people to answer these questions. Come on. Okay. What is the resistance in a circuit for which the applied voltage is 12 volts and the current flow is 1.5 amperes? The correct answer is C, Charlie. 8 ohms. 8 ohms. Okay, let's find another one here. Oh, I'm not reading that one. Oh, boy. Okay, what device converts the RF input and output of a transceiver to another band? A, high-pass filter. B, low-pass filter. C, transverter. D, phase converter. What device converts the RF input and output of a transceiver to another band? A. High-pass filter. B. Low-pass filter. C. Transverter. D. Phase converter. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
C9GO.
Go ahead, Larry.
C. Charlie, the transverter.
You are correct, Larry. You are correct. What device converts the RF input and output of a transceiver to another band? Correct answer, C. Charlie, transverter. A transverter allows a transceiver to be used on one or more new bands. Low power transmitter output signals are shifted to the new output frequency where they are amplified for transmission. A receiving converter mixer shifts input signals to the desired band where they are received as regular signals by the transceiver. AM radio license manual, page 5-11. All right, find another one here. Oh, I read that one. I ain't reading that one again. Let's see. All right. Okay. What should be the first step to resolve cable TV interference from your ham radio transmission? A. Add a low-pass filter to the TV antenna input. B. Add a high-pass filter to the TV antenna input. C. Add a preamplifier to the TV antenna input. D. Be sure all TV coaxial connectors are installed properly. What should be the first step to resolve cable TV interference from your ham radio transmission? A. Add a low-pass filter to the TV antenna input. B. Add a high-pass filter to the TV antenna input. C. Add a preamplifier to the TV antenna input. D. Be sure all TV coaxial connectors are installed properly. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
Let's try D Delta. Check your coaxial cables. KD9MED.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What should be the first step to resolve cable TV interference from your ham radio transmission? The correct answer is D Delta. Be sure all TV coaxial connectors are installed properly. A possible source of interference to hams and to cable TV customers is leakage. Leakage can refer to amateur signals getting into the cable TV feed line or to cable signals getting out and being radiated. The most common cause of leakage in either direction is faulty coaxial connectors on the cable feed line that are either loose or improperly installed. Ham radio license manual, page 9-9. I'm going to tell you a true story of what happened here. Not too long after I first got licensed, I was transmitting about every night about 9 o'clock on the 3.9 repeater. And I guess as it turned out, what happened, I was knocking out every TV set here in this building. At that time, WGN-TV was operating on analog. They had not switched over to digital at the time. And I think people like to watch 9 o'clock news. So some people complained to the manager about it. She told me what the situation was. I said, okay, well, I'm definitely sorry to hear that. Well, I'll tell you what happened. I found out what the problem was. I had my radio tuned to a medium power, and the 3.9 repeater is a block and a half away from me. So I put it on low power, changed the radio to low power. After that, I had no problem whatsoever. Everything was resolved. Could you imagine today, if the TVs were still on analog, and I was running the Friday Night Fun Net, knocking out every TV in this building? Okay, let's continue. All right, let's... Oh, I read that question last week. I'm not reading that again. All right. Okay. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations? Well, you guys should know the answer to this one by heart. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? A, contesting. B, net operations. C, public service events. D, simulated emergency exercises. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? A, contesting. B, net operations. C, public service events. D, simulated emergency exercises. Does anybody have correct answer to this question? I'm going to read this question again. You guys should know the answer to this question by heart. This would be an easy one. What operating activities involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? A, contesting. B, net operations. C, public service events. D, simulated emergency exercises. Does anybody have a correct answer to this question? You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What operating activity involves contacting as many stations as possible during a specified period? Correct answer is A, alpha, contesting. Radio contests are held in which the competitors try to make as many short contacts as possible in a fixed period of time. And radio license manual, page 6-9. I myself, I'm not trying to make I'm not trying to make contact with a certain number of stations. I'm just trying to make sure I'm even trying to get through. That's what when I try to contact the station on HF. That's the idea. All right. Let's find the next one. We can find another one here. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Now, I gotta ask this question, folks. You know what I'm getting at here. What are the toughest questions in the tech, general, and extra Q&A? Your tower questions, of course. You new listeners, those of you who are going to become ham radio operators, someday you're going to be involved in climbing a tower. Either you're going to be climbing the actual tower, putting up the antenna, or other equipment, or else you're going to be part of a tower support ground crew. When you take the test in Freeport on Saturday, December 4th, this next question might put you over the top as far as getting your ticket goes. Okay. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, a ferrite core RF choke connected between the tower and ground. C, separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg, bonded to the tower and each other. C, a connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. You know what, I think I read this question a few weeks ago. Oh well. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? A single 4-foot ground rod driven into the ground no more than 12 inches from the base. B, A ferrite core RF choke connected between the tower and the ground. C. Separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. D. A connection between the tower base and a cold water pipe. Anybody correct to answer this question?
That's Charlie. K9HWK.
Okay, HWK, you are, okay. We got you. There's another station, I want to be fair to the other station there. Other station, what do you say?
I was going to go with C. Charlie, KD9MED.
Okay, you are both correct. You are both correct. HWK, I'll get right back to you. What is considered to be a proper grounding method for a tower? The correct answer is C. Charlie. Separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and to each other. Grounding rules for antennas and supports must be followed according to your local electrical code. Towers should be grounded with separate 8-foot long ground rods for each tower leg bonded to the tower and each other. Ham radio license manual, page 9-18. HWK, come back with your full call, please.
Yeah, Kilo Delta Niner, Hotel Whiskey Kilo.
K9HWK, okay, we've got you. What's happening with you?
Not too much. It's kind of nasty out, so just sitting in the house watching some TV.
Okay, sounds good. It's a slow turnout for the net tonight. I think people are probably out getting their groceries so they can stay in this weekend.
Hey, I don't doubt that. The weather is supposed to be a little chilly, so I don't blame them.
Yeah. Hey, I'm doing my Veterans Day net tonight. Well, of course, yesterday was Veterans Day, but I decided to do it tonight. I'm asking everybody, did you serve in the military, or do you have any family members who are currently serving, or did serve at one time?
I did serve in the Army. My dad served in the Army. My son served in the Army. I have some nephews. One was in the Navy, another one was in the Army. My son did a tour in Afghanistan. My nephew did a tour in Iraq and Afghanistan. When I served, I was in Germany, and I was actually stationed in Germany the day the Berlin Wall fell. So I always thought that was pretty cool. Back to you, Jimmy.
Thank you for being a veteran. Thank you for your service, and also thanks to your family for being veterans and for their service too. And thank you. I think I heard you do the Kishwaukee net the other night, Monday night. I want to thank you for mentioning me and the Friday Night Fun. I sure appreciate that very much.
Oh yeah, no problem. I know you can't get into that repeater now, but unfortunately we had to move our antenna. What are you going to do?
Oh boy. Well, hopefully you'll be able to move it to a different location where I can get in that repeater again. Find another radio tower where you can put that on.
All right for that.
This is K9GCR, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater and Rockford, transmitting from Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. The ID went off. K9HWK 73. Have a good evening, and we'll talk to you hopefully next Friday night.
Yeah, sounds good, Jimmy. Everybody out there on the net, have a good evening. KC9GCR, KD9HWK 73.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you for checking in. Are there any more stations I'd like to check at the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
WX9RLT.
There you are. I've been looking for you for several nights here. WX9RLT, Ricky. What's happening with you?
Hibernating. I was outside when that front came through last night, and holy cow, did the temperatures drop quick. So I know it's the Veterans Net here, and I just wanted to say thanks to everybody for their service. So I'll send it back to you, Jimmy. Much appreciated. I know you said you wanted to get a hold of me. I'll be on the radio after the net here, so just let me know.
Okay, it's you're good to go as far as wanting to start a Larry Ace9GO said that it's a good idea. I think we should. He says it's time we should have a Skywarn training net again.
Ah, right on. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, I didn't know if it was in reference to something that we talked about the other night or whatnot. So that's good. Yeah, like I said, I always, think everybody should be prepared, so it's good to hear that that's going to start back up. So it sounds like you got a pretty decent turnout so far, and I know you're in the middle of the questions there, so I'll sit there and send it back to you, Jimmy. So again, thank you to everybody for your service out there, and send it back to you, Jimmy, WX9RLD.
Welcome, Ricky. Hey, not so fast. I know you had family who served in the military. What, who all served, what branches did they serve in?
Well, I know my cousin, he just got out of the Navy. He was in there for like 8 years. My uncle, he was a firefighter. I don't know what branch. My brother, he went into the Army. And then my aunt, I can't say too much about her, because long story short, she was in the Special Forces, so I don't know, what branch that is. Don't know too much about that, and I definitely ain't going to be asking no questions. So. But yeah, I know a lot of, friends of mine that were up in service. I know I tried getting up in there one time, and, they told me I was too fat, so I kind of wish I was, a little skinnier back in the day and would have got in there, but, thanks to everybody else that was able to, and, for their service. Send it back to you, Jimmy, WX9RLD.
Okay, Ricky, sounds good. Yeah, with Special Forces, that'd be the Army. The Green, that was the Green Berets, and, Sergeant Barry Sadler, he had made a record album back in the mid-1960s. I was in high school at the time. There was a popular song, The Ballad of the Green Berets, and that was a popular song back during the Vietnam War. You're checking number 18, Ricky. I think people are out doing grocery shopping so they can stay in for the weekend. It's not that I guess it's going to be a lost cause there as far as the weather goes.
I need to get that fire under my rear end so I can do the same. In the meantime, I'll kick back on the side here, Jimmy. So hopefully I'll get some answers correct here shortly. So I'll send it back to you, WX9RLD.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, we just got done doing the technical questions there, and of course I did the tower. The last question was, of course, the tower question. So okay. Thank you for checking in, Rick. We'll talk to you after the net. Okay, at this time, any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun net, please call now. Sounds like another repeater is trying to come in. Okay, we're going to do some general questions. Alrighty. Alright. I read that question. Okay. Those of you who work CW should know the answer to this question by heart. What does the term zero beat mean in CW operation? A. Matching the speed of the transmitting station. B. Operating split to avoid interference on frequency. C. Sending without error. D. Matching the transmit frequency to the frequency of a received signal. What does the term zero beat mean in CW operation? A. Matching the speed of the transmitting station. B. Operating split to avoid interference on frequency. C, sending without error. D, matching the transmit frequency to the frequency of the received signal. Anybody have the correct answer to this question?
KD9MED, it's matching the frequency of the other station.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. What does the term zero beat mean in CW operation? Correct answer is D delta, matching the transmit frequency to the frequency of a received signal. Zero beat means to match the frequency of the transmitting station. When separate receivers and transmitters were the norm, a transmitter's frequency had to be adjusted to match the received signal's frequency. This was done by spotting, turning on the transmitter's low power stages and listening for that signal in the receiver. When the beat frequency between the desired signal and the transmitter's spotting signal reached the zero frequency or zero beat, the transmitter signal and the received signal were on the same frequency. General Class License Manual, page 2-13. Okay. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? A, send an email to the system control operator. B, send QRL and Morse code. C, respond when the station broadcasts in SSID, whatever that is. D, transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with the digital messaging system gateway station? A, send an email to the system control operator. B, send QRL and Morse code. C, respond when the station broadcasts in SSID. D, transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Anybody have correct answer to this question?
I'll take a guess. C, Charlie.
Ricky, I'll tell you what. I give you credit for trying. That's what's really all about. But no, that's not correct. That's not correct. Thanks anyway. Anybody else want to try? Okay, I'll read the answer. I'll give the correct answer. I'm not even going to bother reading the discussion. Which of the following is a way to establish contact with a digital messaging system gateway station? Correct answer is D, delta. Transmit a connect message on the station's published frequency. Okay, we'll move on to another one. All right. What is the approximate maximum distance along the Earth's surface that is normally covered in one hop using the E region? A, 180 miles. B, 1,200 miles. C, 2,500 miles. D, 12,000 miles. What is the approximate maximum distance along the Earth's surface that is normally covered in one hop using the E region? A, 180 miles. B, 1,200 miles. C, 2,500 miles. D, 12,000 miles. Anybody have correct answer to this question? This is K9RFD with the Friday Night Fun Day on the K9RFD Repeater and Rockford transferring from Friday Night Fun Day Central and Freeport. Okay, I'll read the question again. I'll give the correct answer. What is the maximum distance along the Earth's surface that is normally covered in one hop using the E region? The correct answer is B, Bravo, 1,200 miles. Find one more here. I already read that one. I think I read this one too. I'm trying to avoid reading the same questions, folks. Okay, here's one. Which of the following describes one method of the impedance matching between two AC circuits? A. Insert an LC network between the two circuits. B. Reduce the power output of the first circuit. C. Increase the power output of the first circuit. D. Insert a circulator between the two circuits. Which of the following describes one method of impedance matching between two AC circuits? A. Insert an LC network between the two circuits. B. Reduce the power output of the first circuit. C. Increase the power output of the first circuit. D. Insert a circulator between the two circuits. Does anybody correct to answer this question?
Well, since nobody's jumping in there, I'll take a stab at it again. A alpha, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be wrong as well.
You're pretty sure you're going to be wrong? Well, it's hard to tell you this, Rick, but you're correct. You're correct. Ricky, you are correct. Which of the following describes one method of impedance matching between two AC circuits? Correct answer is A alpha. You are correct. Insert an LC network between the two circuits. An LC network, such as a pi network, uses the exchange of stored energy between the inductor and capacitors to transform the ratio of voltage and current, or impedance, as input and output while transferring power between them. Common examples of impedance matching LC networks are the L minus, T minus, and pi network, named for the resemblance to a letter of the arrangement of their components on a schematic. General Class License Manual, page 4-22. You know what? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now we're going to do some questions from the extra Q&A. If I can find them. All right. Let me reset. Okay. We'll find the right question here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hold on. We'll find it here. Amateur stations may not transmit in which of the following frequency segments if they are located in the contiguous 48 states and north of line A. A, 440 to megahertz to 450 megahertz. B, 53 megahertz to 54 megahertz. C, 222 megahertz to 223 megahertz. D, 420 megahertz to 430 megahertz. Amateur stations may not transmit in which of the following frequency segments if they are located in the contiguous 48 states and north of line A. A, 440 megahertz to 450 megahertz. B, 53 megahertz to 54 megahertz. C, 220 megahertz to 223 megahertz. D, 420 to 430 megahertz. Anybody have a correct answer to this question? All right. Amateur stations may not transmit in which of the following frequency segments if they are located in the contiguous 48 states and north of line A. Correct answer is D delta, 420 megahertz to 430 megahertz. Overall, okay. I'll read the question right, and let's see if you have better luck with this one. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? A, a line roughly parallel to and south of the border between the U.S. and Canada. B, a line roughly parallel to and west of the U.S. Atlantic coastline. C, a line roughly parallel to and north of the border between the U.S. and Mexico. D, a line roughly parallel to and east of the U.S. Pacific coastline. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? A line roughly parallel to and south of the border between U.S. and Canada. B, a line roughly parallel to and west of the U.S. Atlantic coastline. C, a line roughly parallel to and north of the border between U.S. and Mexico. D, a line roughly parallel to and east of the U.S. Pacific coastline. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED, let's go with A alpha.
This is K-Sign G-Star, the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater Rock for transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central in Freeport. Mike, K9MED, you are correct. Which of the following geographic descriptions approximately describes line A? Correct answer is A alpha, a line roughly parallel to and south of the border between U.S. and Canada. If you operate on the 77mm band in the northern states, you need to know about line A, which parallels U.S.-Canadian border. Line A exists to protect Canadian UHF non-amateurs using the 420 to 430 megahertz band from interference by U.S. amateur signals. The rules say no amateur station shall transmit from north of line A in the 420 to 430 megahertz segment. 97.3 extra class license manual page 3-19. The Canadians might use that might be for their public service, like for their police frequencies or what have you, too. That's what they might use that for. So, all right, do a couple more here. Atmospheric ducts capable of propagating microwave signals often form over what geographic features? A, mountain ranges. B, forests. C, bodies of water. D, urban areas. Atmospheric ducts are capable of propagating microwave signals often form over what geographic feature? A, mountain ranges. B, forests. C, bodies of water. D, urban areas. Anybody correct to answer this question?
KD9MED, let's go with C Charlie, bodies of water.
You are correct, Mike. You are correct. Atmospheric ducts capable of propagating microwave signals often form over what geographic features? Correct answer is C Charlie, bodies of water. Over bodies of water, air often forms stable layers that differ in temperature and humidity. The layers can act as guides to VHF and higher frequency radio waves over long distances. Extra class license manual page 10-12. Okay. All right. Check okay. All right, here. One moment, please. I'm trying to find the right question. All right. Those of you who work slow scan TV should know the exact this one by heart. How is color information sent in analog slow scan TV or SSTV? A, color lines are sent sequentially. B, color information is sent on a 2.8 kilohertz subcarrier. C, color is sent in a color burst at the end of each line. D, color is amplitude modulated on the frequency modulated intensity signal. How is color information sent in analog SSTV? A, color lines are sent sequentially. B, color information is sent on a 2.6 kilohertz subcarrier. C, color is sent in a color burst at the end of each line. D, color is amplitude modulated on the frequency modulated intensity signal. Anybody correct to answer this question? Okay. How was caller information sent in analog slow scan TV? Correct answer is A alpha. Caller lines are set sequentially. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's going to do it for Friday Night Fun Trivia for this week. Thank you for participating, and we'll do this again next week. Okay. Any more stations who'd like to check in at this time? Please call now. Okay, now I'm going to give you a rundown of all the other nets we have in the area. In about 4 minutes, the Night Watch net will be getting underway on the 443.750 CFMC, the 440 machine in Chicago. That is PL 114.8 plus offset. If you cannot get into the repair, you can get in via the Echo link. That's the Night Watch net. That net runs 7 nights a week. It runs from 10 till 11 or 11:30 or midnight or who knows how long. That depends on who the net control operator is. Okay, the Lunch Bunch net is held every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 12 noon and 1 p.m. A SWAT net is held at 12:30 p.m. It's on the 145.430 repeater in Downers Grove, Illinois. It has PL 107.2 minus offset. That's the W9UP DuPage County repeater. Okay. One moment, please. Okay. There is a Saturday night fun net, which is held each and every Saturday evening at 9 p.m. on the 146.910 repeater in Milwaukee. That has a PL of 127.3 minus offset. They were talking, believe it or not, they were talking about Halloween. That's just like it did last Friday night on this net. They were doing the same thing on Saturday night fun net. So that was great. That net is a lot more structure than this one. You got to check in A through G, H through N, and so on and so forth. But that's a good net they have up there. In fact, I think that net lasted for about an hour or so. I don't know how many check-ins they had, but that was a good net last week. Okay, I mentioned earlier about the Greene County Aries net, which meets on Sundays evening at 7:30 p.m. on the 145.110 repeater in Monroe, PL 123.0 minus offset with Scott K9YI as net control. The Big Thunder Hams Radio Club net meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 147.375 repeater in Belvedere. That has a PL 100.0 plus offset. That's a check and only net, by the way. It runs for about 10 or 15 minutes there. The Whiteside County Public Service net, the Aries net, meets every Sunday evening at 8 p.m. on the 146.850 repeater in Sterling. That has a PL of 114.8 minus offset. Should not have any problem getting that repeater. It's 300 feet in the air. The antenna is 300 feet in the air on the Illinois State Police District 1 radio tower. Monday evenings at 7 p.m. We've been holding on recently. We've had good luck on the 146.610 repeater, but we had the Monday night rah-rah info net. Larry K9 KCT and I share the duties as net control. I had 8 check-ins this past Monday. The Kitchwaukee Hams Radio Club. Wait a minute. The Lee County Aries Racing Group holds its Monday evening net at 8 p.m. on the 146.970 repeater in Dixon with a PL 82.5 minus offset. Okay, hold on. The Kitchwaukee Hams Radio Club net meets every Monday evening at 8:30 p.m. on the 146.730 repeater in DeKalb with a PL of 100.0 minus offset. K9RFD has informed us that they're going to have to move the antenna of that repeater to a different location. This is KC9GCR with the Friday Night Fun Net on the K9RFD Repeater operator, transmitting for Friday Night Fun Net Central here in Freeport. It is now 10 p.m. curfew time. Parents, do you know where your children are at? Lockdown! Lockdown! At this time, the Winnebago County Jail is going for their nightly lockdown. Kerry, K9MED, monitors the UHF and VHF frequencies on a scanner. He monitors the jail frequencies. He was telling me that at 10 o'clock every night he listens, they say a lockdown. So that's what's happening here. Lockdown. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. here on this repeater. We have the first of two health and tech nets. Larry H9GO runs the Tuesday night net, and I run the Thursday night net. We ask everybody how they're doing health-wise. Are they going to be, do they have any technical questions? Very soon we will be doing Skywarn training nets. So just so you know right now, that's what we're going to be doing. I'll talk to Ricky, W9RLT, more about there after the net. So, okay. One moment, please. Okay. Also at 7 p.m. on the 145.450 repeater in Janesville, PO of 123.0 minus offset, the Rock County Public Service Net. They meet every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Also, Rick, K9QDP holds its North America long wires net at 8 p.m. on the 28.390 megahertz, 10 meters upper sideband. I think he had 10 on-air check-ins, and I think 20 or 21 check-ins overall. Oh boy, I'm watching news on Channel 17. They're showing Santa Claus arriving at the Cherryville Mall. Big deal. Who cares? Even Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away. Already they're talking about Christmas. Jeez Louise. Okay, let's continue on with the nets. The Ogle County Amateur Radio Net, including Area Skywarn, holds its Tuesday evening net at 9 p.m. on the 147.165 repeater in Oregon with PL 146.2 plus offset. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater. PL 114.8 plus offset. We have our Steams County areas net. I was net control. I think I had a total of I think about 3 or 4 check-ins. And at 7:30 p.m., the Boyd Amateur Radio Club holds its Wednesday evening net on the 147.120 repeater in Boyd with PL 123.0 plus offset. Then at 8 p.m. here in Freeport on the 147.390 repeater, we have the Wednesday evening swap net. Male K9RPN and I share the duties of net control. I had 8 check-ins this past Wednesday night. Male K9RPN, the trustee of the 39 repeater, brings us amateur radio news line. 15 minutes independent news broadcast of both entire day after radio. And, okay. Now, Thursday evenings, of course, we got the second Health and Tech Net on the repeater at 7 o'clock with yours truly, Jim K9GCR. Also at 7 p.m., on the simplex frequency of 146.400. Chad, W9AXD in Janesville holds a simplex net. So do check out that net. And of course, at 8 o'clock on Thursday evenings on the 147.390 repeater, Freeport PL 114.8 plus offset, we have the Salvation Army Saturn net, and I'm not control of that one. I think I had 5 or 6 check-ins last night. Okay. Okay, on HF. Oh, just a minute before I do that. Rock County Repeater Association holds a system fusion net on the 4th Thursday of the month at 7:30 p.m. on the 146.715 repeater in Clinton, Wisconsin. Okay, now, the senile net is held every day, Monday through Friday, between the hours of 1400 and 1500 hours Zulu. On 14.287 megahertz, 20 meters upper sideband. Chuck, WD9MED is net control of that net. He takes check-ins not only from the area, but also stateside, throughout the support your local nets, your local net control. If you're a member of any local ham radio club, by all means, and the scenes here, by all means support your local. At this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now.
I'll go ahead and check in there, Jimmy. This is Tom here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
WI9 WTF, Tom in Janesville. What's going on with you?
Yeah, Jimmy, gotta get up bright and early in the morning. I have chartered this morning to tomorrow local bar to the Badger game there in Madison. So gotta get up bright and early.
I hear ya. Okay, I was doing my special Veterans Day edition of the net. Veterans Day was yesterday, but I decided to do it tonight. I know you served in the Navy, and so did your dad.
That is correct, and actually, my son is in the United States Air Force now, so yes, the tradition continues.
That is terrific, Tom. That is terrific. I thank you for being a veteran. Thank you for your service. I thank your dad for being a veteran and being for his service. I also thank your son for being a veteran and being for his service. Okay, Tom, I'll let you go so you can get some shut-eye. 7-3, talk to you later. K9GCR. Good night.
All right, sounds good there, Jimmy. We'll talk to you next week. I got to get up bright and early in the morning, so we'll see you in the next one. This is Tom here in Janesville, WI9 Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Tom. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun net, please call now. Okay, now, I want to tell you about the Friday Night Fun net Central Facebook page. Go to Friday Night Fun net Central, you get the latest lowdown on what's going on. You see updated pictures of my ham shack. Thanks to Justin K9FEO, who was here on the Sunday of the Belvedere Ham Fest. See updated pictures, you see pertinent information about the net. You'll even see weather information. If you want to contact, you want to get on the Friday Night Fun net Facebook page, contact Brad, I don't know what his call is now, or Ricky, WX9RLT. One of them will get you signed up. Next, I want to talk about the Friday Night Fun net hotline. We had no hotline check-ins tonight, but you've seen pictures of it on the Facebook page. It's a traditional red desktop touch-tone telephone. When it rings, I'm transmitting. It's a real telephone ring, folks, not that phony baloney cell phone ring. But like I said, we've had no hotline check-ins tonight so far. Okay, before we do anything else, and you know what? I forgot to do this last week. We got to read the amateur's code. I read the DX Code of Conduct and the Contester's Code of Ethics. Now I got to read the Amper's Code. The Amper is considerate. He never knowingly uses the way. Let's do that again. 1. The Amper is considerate. He never knowingly uses the air in such a way as to lessen the pressures of others. 2. The Amper is loyal. He offers his loyalty, encouragement, and support to his fellow radio amateurs, his local club, and the American Radio Relay League, to which amateur radio is represented. 3. The amateur is progressive. He keeps the station abreast of science. It is well-built and efficient. His operating practice is above reproach. 4. The amateur is friendly. Slow and patient sending when requested. Friendly advice and counsel to the beginner. Kindly assistance, cooperation, and consideration for the interests of others. These are marks of the amateur spirit. The amateur is balanced. Radio is his hobby. He never allows it to interfere with any of his duties he owes to his home, his job, his school, or his community. 6. The amateur is patriotic. His knowledge and his station are always ready for the service of his country and his community. That's the amateur's code. As Tony and NRB always used to say, something to live by not only on the radio, but throughout life itself. Okay, at this time, are there any more stations that like to check in the Friday Night Fun Net? Please call now.
Number 9, 12 Northwestern Park.
Okay, N9CNW, Tom and Roscoe. I got you checked in. You're a signal that's barely readable, but I've got you checked in. What's going on with you?
Not much, just sitting here relaxing on a Friday night. Waiting for the weekend to get here. 9
Okay, I'm having the Veterans Day in the net tonight. Yeah, Veterans Day was yesterday, but I was asking everybody if you are served in the military, or do you have family currently serving, or who did that one time serve?
Yes, I did not serve myself. My father, two uncles, husband, brother, and sister.
Okay, we thank your family for your service. Thank you for checking the Friday Night Fun Net. Enjoy your evening, enjoy your weekend. Any more stations you want to check in, please call now. Does anybody have any additional questions, comments, traffic, or input they'd like to bring before the net? Alright, this time I'm going to do my honorary check-ins. N9ARB, Tony. EC here in Cedar County, HC honorary check-in. Next we check in is Better Half, Tracy. N9TAB, HC honorary check-in. And we mustn't forget the Kitchwaukee River Yacht Club, south of Rockford. Scott. A9, Sugar Fox, HC honorary check-in, and the Justin, K9FDO, HC honorary check-ins, and one of the best guys in the whole world. He doesn't check in every Friday night, but he listens. Richard in Belvedere, N9ZO. And you know what? I'll tell you what. You know what? I'm going to put down that George. N9WSQ. He sent another hand to pick me up on the Wednesday morning. We went down to a Mexican restaurant here in Freeport. He had Terry at KD9SF FSF. I'll get it right. He paid for the whole dinner. I had enchiladas. I don't know what else they had, but that was good. I even had his wife made a homemade apple pizza. She used a regular pizza crust. She put apple, cinnamons, and what have you. Boy, that was good. Okay. I'm gonna put him down. KD9. FS. I'll get it right. Okay. HC honorary checking. Okay. And let's see. KD9. LOA. Brandon, HC honorary checking. And let's see. KD9 OVJ John McConnell, HC honorary check-in. Okay? Oh, yeah. Kirk, KE9N, HC for honorary check-in. The count stands at 30 check-ins now. Any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Day? Please go now. And you know what? I forgot to tell you about the Veterans Day. It was originally Armistice Day. That was to mark the end of the armistice ending World War I at the 11th hour on the 11th day, the 11th month. Then, let's see, it was changed to Veterans Day in 1954 when President Eisenhower signed into law a bill changing it from Armistice Day to Veterans Day. Then, in Canada and in the UK and other countries, the British Commonwealth, that's referred to as Remembrance Day. That's what that's a brief history of Veterans Day. And also, November 10th, there was the U.S. Marine Corps' birthday. It was founded in 1775. I'm thinking of George N9WSQ said, "Once a Marine, always a Marine." Hoorah! Semper Fi to those Marines who have served our country well. We thank everybody for the veterans for all their services to this wonderful country. Okay. All right. Any more stations you want to check the Friday Night Fun Day? Please go now. I want to thank Dan, N9DCH, and Trustee of the Repeater for allowing us to use this repeater to host the Friday Night Fun Day when we cannot use 6 watts. All right, I'm going to run down the list of stations that have checked in so far. I had no early bird check-ins tonight. K9KZT, K9GOL, KC9HKX, N9GBP, N9SBJ, Scott at the Rockford Yacht Club in downtown Rockford, K9SBA, KC9QPL, Paul, KD9MED, who's recording this net for future replay on the Friday Night Fun Net Facebook page and is streaming live on the internet. He's not had any internet check-ins. He's not told me about any. K9QDB, Brian and Roscoe, NEC9NW, Tom and also in Roscoe, N9GUT, myself, KSIG Sharon, Net Control. Our honorary check-in, the Gene Duncan, W9GD. King of Jet, K9YI, Scott Monroe. K9EPZ, Alan Rochelle, he's probably listening to Night Watch Net right now. K9FLO, Dean and Roscoe. K9HWK in Sycamore. WX9RLT, Ricky in Loves Park. WI9WTF. N9CNW, N9, these are my honorary check-ins. Now these are my honorary checkers. N9ARB, N9CAB, 89SF, K9FDO, N9CO, N9WSQ, K9FSF, KD9LOA, KD9OEJ, and KD9N. Okay. Somebody else I'm going to put down right then. Oh well, I'll think about it. I'll put it down later. Okay, I had a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh yes, Rick. KD9 QDP. Rick and Robert. I gotta check him, Ed. Let me do this count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Let's see, 67. Okay, 19 on-air check-ins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 12 honorary check-ins. That leaves a grand total of 31 check-ins overall. At this time, any more stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net, please call now. Be sure you tell your mothers, your fathers, your sons and daughters, your aunts and uncles, your brothers and sisters. One moment, please. One moment, please. Be sure you tell your mothers and fathers, your sons and daughters, your brothers and sisters, your aunts and uncles, your nieces, your nephews, your grandparents, your in-laws, your neighbors across the street, down the street, next door. Be sure you tell your butcher and your baker and your candlestick maker. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your grocery store. Be sure to tell the clerk behind the checkout counter of your convenience store. Be sure you tell your waiters, waitresses, bartenders at your friendly neighborhood bars, restaurants, taverns, or pubs. Be sure you tell your new car dealer, your used car dealer. Be sure you tell your bank president. The clerk behind the counter of your post office. Be sure you tell the members of your local PTA or PTO. Be sure you tell your priests, your ministers, your rabbis, your ayatollahs, your mullahs, and your imams. Be sure you tell your probation officer, Okay, be sure you tell your parole officer, your probation officer, your divorce lawyer. Be sure you tell your boyfriends, your girlfriends, your ex-boyfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your husbands, your wives, your ex-husbands, your ex-wives, your ex-in-laws, and of course your old ladies about the Friday Night Fun Net. The more check-ins, the better than that. Make sure you have a valid FCC license before you check in. Sorry, folks, but we do not take check-ins from jailbirds, jammers, potty mouths, telemarketers, dopeheads, crackheads, potheads. You take a knee at a sporting event, we don't take your check-ins. You don't salute the flag, or even you burn the flag. We don't take your check-ins. Sorry, folks. That's all there is to it. Okay. I want to thank everybody for checking in. It was a great net tonight, folks, even though we started 5 minutes late with the round-robin board meeting. We still had a good turnout. I still think people were out grocery shopping, getting ready for the weekend. They didn't want to be outside with the weekend being what it is. Who's to blame them? Okay. Thank you for everybody for checking in. This is the last call for any stations want to check in the Friday Night Fun Net. From anywhere in the region without traffic, please call the K9RFD. Last call for Ratchet Jaw. Okay, I put down Art N9NQD for an honorary check-in. So the grand total stands at 32 check-ins. I'm still going to monitor the repeater to see if we can pick up any late check-ins. Okay, tune in again next week. This concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, November 12th, 2021. Today would have been my mother's 103rd birthday. She'd been alive. She passed away when she was 82 years old on January 1st, 2001. Okay, as I said, this concludes the Friday Night Fun Net for Friday, November 12th, 2021. Tune in again next week for another edition. Hopefully we'll be back on the 6-1 repeater. Until then, this is Jim with K9GCR. Now closing down this Friday, November 12th, 2021 edition of Friday Night Fun Net, and return the repeater to frequency normal land radio use at 10:20. Make that 10:26 p.m. Central Standard Time now. Let's see, 4 hours, 26 minutes Zulu time with a total of 32 check-ins. 7-3s, everybody. Have a good weekend. Just don't go out unless you have to. This is K9GCR. I'll be clear. 7-3s, 7-3s to all, and to all a good night. KD9MED, KD9MED, K9GCR.
KD9MED.
Okay, Mike, you can go ahead and post the net, and you can shut down the live stream. The net ended at 10:26 p.m. with a total of 32 check-ins.
All right, copy that, Jimmy. I'll go ahead and stop the stream then. Thank you very much. This is KD9MED, clear.